Hey y'all, what's going on? I don't know what is wrong with my phone, but my phone seems to be uh demon possessed today. I was watching Damn D, seeing what he was talking about, and then it's like interrupting my live. But um, hope everybody is doing well today. I am doing. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yesterday was a really good day for me. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I definitely did. I got out, and I was around my family. My older sister went to the state fair in Texas, and my little baby nephew and niece, well, one of them, we went to the fair. We had a great time, a really great time. I hope y'all had a good one. Hey, Double Speaks, what's good? What's up, Larry? Good to see you. What's up, Young Riez? It's good to see you guys. Hey, Outlaw, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I and then today was I went to church because yes, I needed to hear a word. Yes, 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 yes. You ever kind of feel like hey, Captain Wolf, what's good? Y'all ever felt like sometimes y'all just need a word to kind of just help you to get through the week and just to kind of help you, sometimes we be dealing with so much and we just don't know how to. I'm not gonna say how to maneuver, but sometimes it gets rough out here. Hey, brother Ben, what's good? Happy Sunday. I know for you the Sabbath was yesterday, so I hope you had a great Sabbath, brother Ben. Um, I definitely had a good weekend, and I just showed you a little clip of my weekend. And yeah, it's good to get out and be doing something more than on YouTube. But I'm a redhead today. You know me, I change up. What's good? I'm a redhead today. I change up every other week. Yes, yes, yes. But I always take care of your natural hair. That's what I do. I always take care of my natural hair. But you know me, I have to change up. Hey, Narc, what's good? What's good? Glad to see you guys. What's up? Let me see. Yes, yes, yes. How you doing? How you doing, Jimmy? Jimmy, yeah, you're my classmate. Okay, I knew your name sound looked familiar. Okay, what's up, Jimmy? It's good to see you. Like I said, I had such a good weekend. I needed that weekend. Have y'all ever just felt like you just need a weekend where you can have fun? You don't have to worry about, anything. Just have a good time, right? And that's exactly what I did. Hey, Brooklyn. And how did y'all like the interview Friday? I don't know if some of you saw it, during the playback or if you were here in the live. Had a really good interview Friday. Um, with Miss Moonlight. It was a blessing to have her on my live. And you kind of see me loosen up just a tad bit, just a tad bit. I'm just going to loosen up just a little bit. I can't put everything out there, right? So, yes, yes, yes. Self care is very important. And a lot of people don't do it. And I make a habit to do some self care. So I'm gonna get off the camera, but I just want to cam up and let y'all know, hey, I changed up. It's gonna be you know me. I look. Have y'all ever seen the show? Everybody should see the show. Oh, thank you, Outlaw. Um, what was that? Living Single. Hey, Betty, what's good? Living Single. And Ray Jean, y'all remember Ray Jean? I'm just like Ray Jean. I'll change up every week. You know what? I really should invest in hair or wig store or something But I'm not bald headed by a long shot. So sometimes I wear my natural hair and let it swing so y'all can see it. Then sometimes I wear, hey, King Stoner, what's good? Sometimes I wear somebody else's hair just to fit on how I feel. But it's all in fun. I'm just a versatile person. Yeah, thank you so much for coming through. I'm not gonna hold y'all long because, like I said, it's Sunday, and I want to. I already caught up on some homework, but I wanted to maybe watch a couple of movies and just kind of rest and get ready for the upcoming week, God willing. Okay, you're a 2001 baby. Okay, all right. Well, I was still in high school in 2001, so don't you making me old, but I'm still young. You're just younger than me. But thank you, Outlaw. All right, I'm gonna get off the cam because I don't really like being on camera too long. But basically, I wanted to talk about pretty is as pretty does. Yes, and it's football Sunday. I don't believe my Cowboys is playing, but I want to be in here really short because I know some of you men have a game at 3 o'clock that y'all look at. So thank you so much, Nark. It's good to see you. I hope everybody is well. Um, I just want to touch bases about pretty is as pretty does. And if you notice anything about me, I use a lot of idioms. And basically, idioms are meanings, they're sayings with meanings behind it. And hey, Arabia, what's good? So that's what an idiom is. And pretty is as pretty does, like basically saying that you might be pretty on the outside, but is your character pretty as well, basically. Um, and it's good to, aesthetically, we want to be pleasing, especially if we are, heterosexual or whatever as women. Or even if you're not, you still want to be aesthetically pleasing to your partner or to another person, right? So, but people seem to forget with being aesthetic pleasing. It's good to be pretty or beautiful, attractive, whatever you want to call it, but people seem to leave out what the inner qualities and the characteristics that make you beautiful as well. I have met some really attractive people, but their personality and their spirit is ugly. I have met some people that are not. And then again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So I have met some people that I didn't deem as attractive physically, but spiritually, emotionally, their inner qualities, they were very beautiful. How their countenance, how they carried themselves, how they smiled, they didn't have a frown on their face. They was just really pleasant and genuinely a nice person, right? And you meet those type of people, and it makes you like they kind of win you over with their personality and their character. But what we see as man and woman, we see the outside appearance, right? We rarely see the inside. You don't see the inside of a person until you take the time to actually get to know them. And sometimes your first encounter with a person can tell a lot. Now, some people have bad days, right? So you can't always go by the first impression, but sometimes your first impression will leave a lasting impression on people. And it can also be a detriment to your reputation because of that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Arabia. And so that's what I see when dealing with people at times. And I have made it a point to myself to not just be a cute face. I've made it a point to want to work on my inner qualities that, that will be more lasting. Because let me tell you what happens. Hey, TY, what's good? I know you're watching football. What we seem to overlook as women and as men, as your beauty will only go, it's only skin deep, right? It doesn't go beyond what people see. But what is the lasting impression on someone? What makes people drawn to you is your personality. It's your heart. It's what people gravitate to. Are you a pleasant person? Are you a nice person? I had a friend of mine was telling me about this one. I'm gonna call her a Jezebel flatback because she has no ass at all and nothing else on top and nothing, and she don't have too much of a brain, and she makes cheap jewelry and passes out to people, and then when people she feels a certain kind of way about them, then she turns on them like a rattlesnake. And I had this one lady, she was saying, she thinks she all that. That's what the person told me. She said, because I don't watch this person, I try not to uh, look at people that irritate my very soul. And she said she thinks she all that. Them men thirsty over there. They think she thinks she better than other women, and this other person don't want you. Oh Lord, don't people understand when they are jealous and envy all up in their soul? And it's amazing how people are so blinded by jealousy and envy and their ugly spirit that they can't really see themselves for who they are. Look, I can tell you when I'm not having a good day. I can tell you when I'm having a nasty attitude. I can tell you even when I'm wrong on some certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because I have the tendency to be nice, nasty. Hey, Thug Life, what's good? I'm glad to see you, sweetie. Um, I have a tendency, I can't be nice, nasty. I can go over here to be really nice. I can go in between and be nice, nasty. Then I can go all the way over here to the left and be real nasty. So I try to stay from the real nasty. And nice, nasty is meaning I tell you off in a nice, nasty way. Like I meant what I said, so I didn't get too hood with you. I just let you know you better back off and go you better go the other way, ma'am. You don't want this over here. So, and that's that nice nasty, right? So I can do that really well. And it's not always good, but then I have people like this where I have to be like, you know what? I'm going to ignore that because the person that told me that they were just letting me know, hey, G Chill, what's good? Because they know I don't watch this person and I honestly don't. And I'm not lying. I can say that and put that on my mama that I don't watch this person. But when she was telling me what the person was saying, I said, wow, don't these people know when they really are just really nasty? Like all the way nasty on the inside. Like it's really sad that people can't see that. They can see everybody else's faults, but they can't see theirs. And then want to say they cute. Well, let me tell you, it takes more than putting beads on your face and putting makeup on and saying you don't have makeup on, putting all kind of colored hair in your head and putting all types of makeup on your face and going getting plastic surgery or whatever. It takes more than that for beauty, for real beauty. You know what true beauty is? You know what really makes a man look good or really makes a woman good? How they treat other people and how they treat themselves, right? That's what makes people. And hey, Don, what's up? Good to see you, Don Philly in the house. It's good to see when people see you, they see a blessing walking down. They see a blessing walking down the hallway. They see a blessing when you enter the room because they can see that you have something to offer more than the outside. You got a attitude about you where you want to be able to be nice to people. You want to treat people the way you want to be treated. You don't want anything in return. When you give it selflessly. You know what I'm saying? You don't give with a motive of trying to control people. That's what you want people to see. You want people to see the goodness of you. Hi, Michael. What's good? Glad to see you. Michael in the house. And that's what you want. When I want people to see me, I'm not talking about the haters, because the haters are gonna hate on you until you dead or they dead. That's just what they do. They just haters. But the people that take the time to get to know you, you know what I want people to say about me? Selena did the very best she could. She tried to be a nice person. She tried to be a giving person. Hey, Too Cool, what's good? She tried to be a person that when she helped people, she didn't try to do it out of control or out of another motive that was not, genuine. She wanted to encourage people. Those are the things that people will remember. Your last impression that you leave. And I had a supervisor that told me, Selena, it's not about how you look. It's not about none of that. It's your name. Your name is currency. And what is currency? That's basically a value of money. That's your name. Your name is so important. Again, I'm not talking about the haters that don't know you. And please press the like button, guys. I appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, and push the notification button. Thank you. You want people to say pleasant things about you. You don't want, and again, everybody has a different experience of you, right? Some good, some bad. And it just depends on how you hit me that day. And what I mean by that, basically, if you come at me in a disrespectful way, you might get exactly what you're looking for and more. Okay. But if I had a little talk with Jesus and I'm already calm and in a good mood, you might get maybe the nice, nasty, maybe you know what, I'm just going to walk away. Or, you know what, I'm just going to ignore that. Hey, CC, what's good? Hey, Gary. That's the type of person you'll get, So I try to stay away from being the nice, nasty, but it comes out sometimes. I try to stay away from being a nasty person, the South Oak Cliff, the Delisha that I can be. I try to stay away from that as much as possible, because I really want people to understand that it's not about the outside of me, it's the inside I want you to be attracted to the most, right? And I understand as women, we want to be aesthetically pleasing, but what so many people fail to realize, your outside beauty may get you some doors open for you, but they're not going to have a lasting impression on people's hearts. When I make my content, or when I'm talking and corresponding with my subscribers, or I am dealing with them, I want them to have a good experience with me. Thank you, Nark. I appreciate you. I want them to have a good experience with me. I want them, when y'all come over here, I want y'all to have a place where y'all feel comfortable more than anything. But also, I want you guys to learn something, and I want to learn something from you guys, because we're in this together. I don't know no more than you, and you don't know no more than me, maybe on some things. But the fact of the matter is, we're all on the same playing field when it's compared to being, with our creator, right? We are all on the same playing field. We all have flaws, we all hurt, we all get upset, we all have different things going on, we all have triggers, right? So we're all on the playing field in that sense. But when you come over here, I want it to be a blessing for you. And it may just be one word that I have said that maybe confirms something that you've been praying for or thinking about, or maybe it's something that I said to you to make you keep going another day. That's the type of beauty and the last impression I want to leave on most people. Again, on most, because you're always going to have that small few, unless you just a nasty person on the inside. You're always going to have that small few that don't like you, that will find everything negative about you, that will make up everything negative that don't even exist on you, but they'll put it on you. like I said, when I had that flat back Jezebel with no ass at all and no titties and a big ass head with no brain, I would have back in the day probably got really upset and probably did a live and went in and did and said, but I thought about it and I said, but why? She's dealing on the things that's on the inside of her. And whatever is in you, it's definitely going to come out. It's just like a bowel movement. And I hate to say it that way. When you go and you eat, you have to get rid of the waste, right? Yeah, pumpkin head. And you have to get rid of the waste that's on the inside of you, right? And that's exactly what life is. Whatever you put in, it's going to come out, good or bad. And when I experience things like this, when I have people and I meet and they have such a nasty, vile personality and spirit, it makes me look in the mirror of myself. Because, like I said, when we point the finger, we got three pointing back at us. It made me take a look at myself and say, do I have some behaviors that look just like that? Do I have some behaviors that's similar like that? Because while I'm looking at someone else, I got to look in the mirror of myself. See, I don't talk about a lot of things that I don't know. And that's why I don't want people to think I'm preaching, because at the same time, I'm preaching to myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm doing some self-evaluation, some self-awareness myself. I have not rised above the crowd. I have not made it. I'm on a level that's trying to get there. Hey, Tanya, what's good? Good to see you. I'm trying to get there. So when I have people that I meet that have that the kind of personality that personality that they're so nasty to the core. Their soul is so gunked up in black. I look at myself in the mirror and I also say, do I have some of that in me too? To be honest with you, yes. And guess what? You do too. You might not have a lot like that other person, but to be honest with you, we all need some redemption. We all have things in us that is not pleasing, that is not likable, and it's just downright nasty and gunked up in blackness, in black gunk. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just some people have not recognized it. And when you don't recognize that you are really jacked up, you are the worst type of person. Because you just don't see what is very prevalent that anybody can see it. You just can't see it. I just believe in, let's all take a self-evaluation. Let's see if what we have on the outside is actually matching up on what is on the inside. You can work on yourself. You can put all types of jewels and eyelashes and lip gloss and a nice suit and nice shoes and tennis shoes, nice hats, nice wigs, all types of extension. You can do all of that on the outside. But if your inside is so jacked up and nasty, it is no value. Absolutely none. Hey, Chicky. So when I heard from a person that this flatback Jezebel that's thirsty for attention and mad because I got attention and I'm just being me, and all I can do is smile and just smile to myself and just realize that you're always going to have people that are projecting, and actually they are reflecting what they actually are. Hey, worldwide, what's good? So, hey, free thinkers. So I'm going to let that flatback Jezebel with all them beads and stuff and that all them jewels and whatever that stuff she put on her face, that's not going to make you look pretty. What's going to make you look pretty is what you have on the inside. That's what makes you attractive. When I come on here being 100% myself. Do I disclose everything? Absolutely not. I will not ever disclose everything in my life. It's nobody's business. And people use things like that against you anyway. So I try not to give the devil more than they can, than they need to use. But I have dealt with some things on here, but I'm going to always be myself at the end of the day. I'm going to smile even on my hardest days. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy people that care about me, my family. So when people on here or anybody that I meet in a negative way, they don't influence my life to at a and I would say at any rate, because I don't know them and they definitely don't know me. They're going by maybe the outside. They're going by maybe their presumptions or assumptions of me. But none of it matters at the end of the day. It's about what you think about yourself, how you deal with people, how you try to treat people the way you want to be treated, how you treat yourself. That's what makes you beautiful. So I don't respond to a lot of things, but I kind of felt like letting, hey, Nafai, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see you, sweetie. And I've learned to not always respond, but I definitely will sometimes address certain things, but I'll address it the way I want to address it. And there's no names going to be on here because I don't want to give people the opportunity to come and find who you are. Right? So I'm not doing any free promotions, especially with people I don't like. So you won't get any free promotions, but what you do need to do is quit worrying about who likes me and who's attracted to me, and what I got going on in my page, because I definitely don't watch yours. I don't watch anybody, and I'm saying this today because this is really what's been going on. I don't watch anybody that I don't like or support, right? There are certain people I support that other people don't agree with. That's their business. It's not mine. But I definitely don't watch people that I don't like and that I don't support, right? So, to the bead lady that had so much to say, because again, this was reported back to me, because this person knows that I probably don't watch her, and she knows probably that other people that do support me will tell me, because that's what they do. People on this internet they think they're crafty. They think that they're very intelligent, but they're really slow in a lot of ways, but they try to be very slick. So they'll put a little bait out there because they know somebody's going to eventually tell you that they're saying this and that and that. And the whole time I'm just laughing because I think it's funny that people that don't know you or have been introduced to you and maybe talked to you a couple of times on the phone, they think they know so much about you. But I was very strategic when the situations happened to me, how not to be so vulnerable the next time. So you have never got any private information from me besides I had a niece and it was her birthday. All right. That's the only information that this person has gotten from me, besides the other things that I'm not afraid to share because I've already shared that previously. But you have people like that that will they'll get close to you. They call those type of people frenemies. They pretend like they like you. They pretend like they cool with you and that they're your friend. But in the back of their mind, they can't stand you. Thank you, Nafar. I appreciate that. They can't stand you. And they'll try to get to know you. But one thing about me, you can't get too far. You might think you getting some leeway, but I already see you. That's why I tell what I want to tell. And sometimes I say things to see if it comes back. And I said that before in my lives. You get people that try to get close to you and they'll try to figure out what's with her. Now in the past I've lied about some things, and then when the person repeated it, I said, okay, you proved to be exactly what I thought you was. Yeah, I did that too. See, you can't be fooled by a lot of these people because they play games and they use the frenemy kind of I would say they use the frenemy kind of person. They have they're that type of person that wants to figure out what you got going on in your life, so they can keep it in the back of their mind. So when they turn on you, they'll bite you like a rattlesnake. Yeah, they will. They'll bite you like a rattlesnake, and you'll be trying to figure out what I do, what happened. They think they smart, right? When they dumb. When you are in arrested development, you still living as a 13-year-old girl or boy, and you in your 40s or 50s or 30s. When you get a certain age, you need to do a lot of self-evaluation. Every day you wake up, you closer to death. You closer to death than you think. A lot of us think we got a long life, but we just don't know that death can come knocking at the door anytime. It can come knocking on the door anytime. So when you live in foul and you have so much of a nasty spirit, a nasty heart, you better be very cautious of what you're doing, how you treat people, how far you going with your nastiness, because it always catches up and it comes back on you. The dangerous person is the person that can't see how nasty they really are. Thank you, CC. That's a dangerous person. Thank you, Captain Wolf. That's a dangerous person. They can't see how jacked up they really are, but they looking at everybody else's flaws. They judging everybody else. They critiquing and talking bad about everybody else when really they can't even sleep good. They don't even have a restful sleep. Right. Death has no age restriction. So while you sitting up here being ugly and nasty to other people, your time could be shorter than you think. And I'm not the type of person to tell people what they, should believe in. But I would be scared to treat somebody any kind of way and say all types of things and do things to other people that haven't been doing nothing to me. And then something happened to me. And then I wake up and I'm not in the place that I desire to be in. Some of y'all will catch that later on. So I'm working on myself. I'm a work in progress. Again, I am working on not being nasty, not being nice nasty. But sometimes, like I said, you do have to be assertive, and you really just have to tell people what time it is. I'm not a person that thinks I'm all of that. I just like to have fun. I like to be myself. And unfortunately, you have haters in real life and on YouTube that will not allow you to do that, right? Because they'll find something wrong all the time with you. So I'm fine with that. I really am because, like I said, again, I'm working on the inside, and pretty is as pretty does. Make sure that what you want to portray on the outside, make sure that's actually adding up with the inside as well. Um, it's really bad to be unattractive on the outside. And and like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But it's really bad to be, hey Ricky, what's good? Ricky in the house. It's really good. It's really bad to be unattractive on the outside and then very unattractive on the inside. That's a bad combination. It's a bad combination to be built up like a 13-year-old boy and you an older woman, a middle-aged woman. It's a bad combination when you got a big head and a little brain. It's a bad combination with trying to decorate your face with jewels and beads and be such a nasty to the core type of person. I have been insulted, a lot of different times with people that I was cool with, that I'm no longer cool with. And I'm perfectly fine with understanding that everybody's not going to like you. You could try to be the nicest person, and you could try to be a very genuine person with people, and there will still be people that will find the worst. They will make up all types of different narratives and spread it. But I have pretty much been consistent with who I am on here. All right. Pretty much consistent in real life. Either I roll with you or I don't. Right. Either I like you or I don't. And I really try to like people. I really try to, I'm kind of in between. I'm the life of the party. And then I'm kind of a person that is an observer as well. So I could go either way. But I Oh, okay, I'm back, y'all. I had I had some type of thing. I didn't have it hooked up. My batteries went low. But anyway, I could go either way with you. But like I said, I'm really just a person that just wants to have a good time and not have a lot of issues with people. So when I have those type of things on here and people come at you and they come at you in a very negative light, they coming at you in a very negative way, like you just have to really know how to hold yourself. You have to know when to fold them and know when to hold them. Everything is like it's not going to be something that I'm going to address because it's what's the point? Um, these folks, they are going to say what they're going to say. But like I said, I just look forward to the day where I can see people in real life. That would be a blessing for me because I just want to know if you have that exact same energy that you put out here in the YouTube world. I'm really curious about that. I really don't believe that people have some of that same energy. And if they do, they will be very surprised at how I have the same energy as well. And I always say that you should never judge a book by its cover. You never know what type of person you are going to get if you cross someone, right? So that's why I really work on the inner part of me to make sure that I'm actually I'm actually trying to do the right thing, right? Because I was raised up as I was raised up kind of like, my grandfather would always say, treat people like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So I always was raised up in that kind of way. Now, have I made mistakes? Have I not always been a pleasant person? Have I always been, a nice person? No, I'm like I said, I have my days too. That's why it's very important to work on yourself and to be self-aware of yourself. Because I don't care how many wigs I can put on or how much makeup I can put on, which, I don't put on a lot, but when I do, I put on makeup, that's not going to cover that's not going to cover your bad attitude, right? Hey, Rare, what's good? Rare, money in the house. And again, I apologize to you guys for the disconnect. Like I said, I didn't have my laptop charged up like I should have. But yeah, you run into a lot of different people and different personalities, and some people just don't realize how messed up they are. They really are messed up, and I know I got some messed up ways. I know I do. I'll be the first to admit they are double speaks. They are very weird. And like I said, you'll have people. And I was being petty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got this picture from brother The Word. He's a content creator. And he had this picture up. I said that remind me of Jezebel, the Jezebel flatbacks that I'm talking about. They reminded me of her. And that just goes to show it reminds you of a lot of people. And I'm not talking about so much of the physical attributes. I'm talking about how the person how they carry themselves says a lot about a person too. How you carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons why I got the picture, because I can be petty, and I can be nice, nasty, like I told you before. So I'm not going to make an excuse for it. I'm just going to try to work on it. But I will tell you this. People can't have content unless they talk about you, right? People cannot have content unless they're talking about you, because they know people that hate you or have a disdain for you just like them. So those people get together and they do a campaign. They do a hate campaign because they feel they have the same type of spirit and they feel exactly the same way that person feels. So they'll get together on something that doesn't even make sense. Somebody that hasn't been talking about you, somebody that doesn't even care about your existence, and they keep the BS going because it sells content. What's up, the word in the house? And they keep that kind of that thing going on where people are saying these negative things. And it's always that group that does not want to see you shine, that wants to see negative on you, that wants to speak negative things. They want to keep that going. Even if you don't talk about them in a week or two and you trying to move on and do your thing and be true to you, they're still going to find a way to come back to you. They still going to find a way to say that fake body B, that B, that this, that this over here. It's always something, right? And those are the type of people that I really just don't worry about. I just laugh now that I've made such an impression on you, and I really got, hey Don, what's good? I really have just got into your soul where you gotta talk about me. And then not refer to me, right? But they try to be so vile to where they calling you out your name and you haven't even mentioned them in weeks. Like I said, you don't even care if they are if they exist. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I laugh on some things. And I'm like, wow, it must be pretty miserable to have that much hatred, jealousy, and envy. And that must really be a lot of baggage on this person's little frail back. And it's to me, it's funny. Yeah. Haters come together like ass cheeks on the internet. Ain't that something, Outlaw? Yeah. And they talking on my ass cheeks still. My goodness. So now I've gotten to the point where I just smile. I'm going to continue to smile. I'm going to continue to work on the inside of me, my character, being a little bit more patient. Hey, Real Chase, what's good? A little bit more patient, a little bit kinder, because I'm living for the audience of one. And some of y'all will catch that later. Right? I'm living for the audience of one. There's only one person that I got to answer to about my life and how I've carried my life and how I treated other people. There's only one. Everybody else, hey, but there's only one that I actually have to please. And so by treating people the way I want to be treated is how I please that one. So I think people need to stop being so concerned of their dislike for certain person or certain people, and they need to work on themselves, because they are the ones that are lacking attention and want the attention and thirst for the attention. Have you ever seen me go on platforms shaking? Well, I did shake a little bit Friday. But have you ever seen me go on other people's platforms shaking my titties and twerking in the cameras and just being loud and crazy, cussing people out, and going the extra mile, taking up for people, and you ain't never seen me do that. Anybody say it, they lying. They lying. I ain't never did it. I say what I have to say, and sometimes I get ignorant, but for the most part, I try to keep myself. Let me find out. You missed it. Hey, X-Man, what's good? You missed it Friday, Chase. I don't know if you was in the bushes or you maybe was somewhere else, but Thank you, X-Man. I appreciate you. Um, I when Moonlight was up here, I got up a little bit, shaked a little bit. I didn't shake too much because they make content out of everything, so I didn't do too much. But because it's a part of me. I am a little shy, to be honest with you, and especially on social media. Like you got to be careful what you put out here. But you ain't never seen me do that, y'all. Never. And you won't see me do that because I do realize at the end of the day, you can't, or I mean, you can make your videos private, but somebody's probably screen recorded it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Don't hurt them. Yeah, you know me, Chase. I hurt them. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you ain't never seen me over here shaking my titties and going on and doing all that weird stuff and twerking in the camera. I mean, I might do it some every now and then to have fun, but not to the extreme. I'll just say that. I appreciate you, X-Man. Thank you. You never seen it. You've never seen it, and you won't. You know what I'm saying? Now I can be silly and have fun sometimes. I mean, yeah. But as far as just really just going to the extreme, no. But for those people that do, hey, that's you. I don't got nothing to do with that. Hey, John, what's happening? So I've dealt with that, like I said, I had to deal with people putting narratives on me and stuff like that, and I'm cool with it now because what I do understand, that's a part of life. People putting jackets on you that don't fit, that's just a part of life. So for those who choose to get to know me and choose to check me out and give me a chance as a content creator, as a person, then hey, great, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to let you guys know that I'm the type of person that I am continually, anybody that truly knows me in my real life, they know that I really try to work on my inside, because like I said, people's wigs and lashes and makeup and beads and shit that they put on their face, that only goes as far as it goes. It doesn't, it's not lasting. Thank you, Peep Gang. What's good? I'm glad to see you. It only goes so far. And then at the end, the people are left with you. That's just like some men that marry a beautiful woman. She's beautiful on the outside. She might be wearing her natural hair. She may have beautiful skin, beautiful shape. But at home, she's nagging. She's nagging. She's mean. She's selfish. You gotta, and then you dealing with all that hell, but you married her because of her looks, how beautiful she was. But she is really hell. And even in Proverbs, it says it's better to be on top of a roof than be with a nagging woman. So you get women like that, they beautiful on the outside, but they are trash. And then sometimes you'll get a not so beautiful woman, and she still got a bad attitude, a bad personality. It's like you got it bad both ways, sister. Then for the women, you might meet a man that got it all together. He got the money, he got the looks, right? He's all of that. And he is just really a selfish person. He can't be faithful. He's not loyal. He got a bad attitude, a bad understanding. And now you're dealing with this for however long until you divorce a person. Some people crazy enough to even marry that type of person when they seen all the behavior before they married the person. That's what I don't understand. So it's really sad when people focus so much on their outside when their inside is really jacked up. And I have to admit it, to a certain extent, I have had times where I haven't had such a pleasant attitude. And I had to have people that actually knew that I really was a sweet person. They had to let me know, hey, your attitude is looking real bad out here right now. And you need to work on it. You need to change it because you are going to ruin the relationships in your life because of your attitude. You're going to make, even when you go to work, you're going to have different type of conflicts with people because of your attitude. At home, wherever you go, your attitude, who you really are to the core is what follows you. You can fake it sometimes, but you can't fake it all the time. And some people can see right through you. And some people that think they can see right through you can't see shit because they can't see themselves. Like I said, in order to really see a person, you must actually see yourself for who you really are, the good and the bad. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. In order for you to really see other people, you actually have to be aware and see yourself for who you are, the good and the bad. And if you can't see that and think you're all good and think you're okay, when you out here wounding people and doing things to people and thinking your stuff don't stink, you are sadly mistaken. All of our feces smell at the end of the day, some more than others. So deal with who you are, your good and bad, and then you can maybe see other people clearly. Because a lot of the time, hey, Keith, what's good? Yes, Keith, fix your attitude and your feet. And I did get my feet done, by the way, last week. Fix that. Fix your attitude and fix your feet. Those are the things you definitely need to work on. Plus, if you consume with hate, you're so right. And that's another thing. That's why tomorrow and I'm going to say this. I'm not a preacher, okay? It may sound like sometimes I'm preaching, but I'm preaching to myself. I'm not preaching to y'all. I'm preaching to myself because I try to deal with me first. But tomorrow, God willing, I will have Dr. Dawn on here tomorrow. She is a certified life coach, and we're going to be talking about forgiveness. The reason why I'm talking about it is not because of anyone else that I see on here, right? I am doing this for me and those who need it, right? So she is going to be talking about forgiveness. Now, if you have an issue, hey, Tamika, what's good? If you have an issue with talking about spiritual things or anything, like biblical, so that I won't offend you, that might not be the live for you, right? So I want to respect everybody's religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs. And that's why I'm giving that disclaimer, because we will be talking about forgiveness and it will be biblical based. So if that is not for you, I respect you and I understand, but I'm giving that disclaimer. And the reason why I'm saying all of that, because I did and I do struggle with forgiveness. And if you don't deal with forgiveness, that is when you become that bitter, that revengeful, that hateful person. Because really people don't realize it. Sometimes your unforgiveness results in the bitterness, the hateful, the revengeful. That's where it stems from sometimes. And again, I'm not a preacher, neither am I a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I'm not a counselor yet. I'm not any of those things. I'm going to school for those things. But I understand because of my life, and yours might be different. Again, yours might be different, but for me, this live is for me and for anybody else that struggles with this, that is interested in learning about forgiveness and what is forgiveness. Because I don't even know sometimes if I know what it really means. Sometimes I feel like it's letting go of your pain or your hatred or any type of bad feelings you feel about a person or a situation. That's what I am assuming it is. But I want someone that can help me to actually break it down. So if that is not for you, I understand, because again, I am not trying to be a preacher. I'm just trying to get information out there to help myself. And if it's to help other people, that is even more of a blessing. So I just want to say that right now, but I do struggle with it. And then sometimes when I don't deal with it properly, I understand that bitterness sets up in my heart for certain people. And it makes sometimes hateful feelings come upon me. And that only hurts me. It doesn't hurt them. So I'm having to deal with that. I believe I said 7:30. So I am Central Time. So if you're on the east side, East Coast, it's probably 8:30 because you're an hour ahead of me. But yeah, I'm Central Texas. So that's the kind of disclaimer that I'm going to give you on that. But other than that, like I said, I just want, those who are open-minded to it, just check me out. You know what I'm saying? But if you not understand, just press the like button and you can do what you do. But I appreciate you guys for your support. And like I said, this is for me. It's not for nobody else. I'm not trying to make anybody else forgive or anything else. No, that's not my job. My job is to work on Selena. That's my job. Because being cute and being pretty aesthetically is great. But you gotta have more than that. Because if you live long enough, you gonna get old. When you get old, you get gray hairs, you get wrinkles, your face changes totally, your body changes. Everything changes when you get older. So are people still gonna say that you're a beautiful person when you're 50 or when you're 60 or 70? It's more than that. It's more than beauty on the outside. So when people learn that and deal with themselves and point the finger at themselves instead of everybody else, the world would be so much better than where it is today. But unfortunately, I am optimistic, but I am realistic as well. It's not going to happen on this planet. And I say that respectfully. It's just not. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. I know it's some games that's playing tonight. Yes, Pretty Soul and Pretty Feet. Yes, yes, yes. Pretty Soul and a Pretty Feet. That's the best way, Keith Jackson, to live your life. Get rid of them crusty feet and get rid of the crusty attitude. Guys, I hope that I helped you because I'm helping myself. Because, like I said, as I'm working on myself, I hope you guys are too, because you're never too old to learn and you're never too old to get better. But, unfortunately, people do get worse as they get older because they don't take accountability for themselves. And that's the sad part. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The worst person to meet is the person that doesn't see himself clearly, but wants to put everybody else on the cross. That's the worst person. The worst person. So I'm always dealing with me, and I don't think I'm better than nobody. We all on the same playing field, and really, people need to recognize that we have a lot more in common than we have differences. But unfortunately, because of the world we live in, and people are so gunked up with I would say I'm gonna say sin because we all have sin, but we are so gunked up with a lot of different flaws about ourselves. And it's like if we're not careful, it'll make your whole soul black. So that's why it's good that you recognize what your faults are and try to make steps on improving those things and not make excuses for them. I'm not going to make excuses for my nice, nasty attitude at times. It is what it is. Sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. And when I get it wrong, I'll tell you, I got this wrong. Will I do better the next time? That depends on me. So, guys, I appreciate you coming through. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate you guys so much. I will be back on tomorrow, like I said, with Dr. Don. If you are interested, check me out. If you can't stay, hey, daughter Zion. If you can't stay, press the like button or maybe share it to someone else that does have that problem. Like I said, I'm not talking about nobody else but Selena, Delisha, Maria, Conchita. That's the only person that I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not talking about nobody else. I am flawed and I am definitely a person that struggles with forgiveness. So, this is for me, and this is for anybody that struggles with that same issue. Again, I don't know all the answers. Dr. Don doesn't know all the answers. It's just a conversation that needs to be had for me, and I would like to do that on my platform. So if you're interested, come on by. I appreciate those that came through to show your support, to even press the like button. Thank you for the new people, X-Man, Rare Money, Peep Game, and Keith. I'm glad to see you guys. I'm glad to see everybody. Thank you so much. Be good to yourself and try to be nice to other people. I if you can. And I understand some people don't deserve it, but at the same time, we got issues too. So what can you say? We are look, we all in this together at the end of the day. We all really are in the audience. We have to please one person in the audience, whether we realize it or not. And some of y'all will get that, some of y'all won't. Just think about it a little longer. Love you guys, Reese's Pieces. Have a blessed day. And hopefully I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Be blessed. Bye.